I think it's about time I add some sweetness into my life. Hi everybody, it's Robbie from Southern California, and today I'm going to share with you what Gary brought home and loaded in the back of his truck. Now, what did Gary bring home? Look at that. Is that bamboo? Is that black bamboo? No. This is black sugarcane. So, my daughter bought a piece, I don't know where, and stuck it in the ground, and before they knew it, the whole yard was covered in black sugarcane. Now they want it out. It wasn't what he remembered, her husband. He thought, like me, he remembers, you'd grow it and you'd suck on it and you'd have all that wonderful sweet sugar. Now, he probably wasn't getting the black sugarcane. I don't know if black and green is different. As a kid, I used to go to farmers market when I lived there in LA, and I would go to farmers market because they used to sell pieces of sugarcane. You'd get like one section and it'd be wrapped in cellophane in the grocery store. And then what I would do is just suck on it when I was done chewing on it. I'd wrap it back up in plastic and go back and get it again. Later on, eventually it looks so bad you really want to get rid of it. Never planted it. Well, then they didn't have it in the grocery store anymore, so I started going to farmers market and I used to get it there. But, I don't know. That was just a treat then, and then that kind of fad disappeared. Tried it once, like he said, it didn't taste the same. But let me show you what's going on here. This is growth. Let's turn this over. There's another growth. See, this is where it's going to grow. Isn't that cool? So I asked Gary, well, what should you do? Should you take this great big piece and stick it in the ground upright? And he told me no. Because what you do is you lay it on the ground. Let's see if we have a small piece I can work with. So you would lay it on the ground just like this, cover it with soil, so you bury it a little bit. And these little growths that are starting, they will work their way up. And they will turn into they just grow up this way. See, up, up. So isn't that cool? So he's got a place in his yard now he's going to plant it. I don't know if I'm going to snatch any. I might take a small piece and put it somewhere, but isn't that cool? Because I was thinking you would do it this way, but he said, no, it's not the way it's going to root. Each one of these are going to root underneath. And it doesn't matter that this is on top and there's the one, let's say, under here on the bottom. It won't matter because it will work its way up. Even if it was underneath, they will just wind their way up. They'll set root, and then, as you can see, they become massive. So they started with one small piece, and now this is nothing compared to what they still have, and Gary already brought home. So today, you got to see sugarcane, and this is the black sugarcane. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look how beautiful this is. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? I'm fascinated with the growth, how it grows there on here. So that's going to turn into a cane. So you can chop them up. So tell me, what are you doing with the sugar cane? You're breaking them into smaller pieces?
I'm cutting them into smaller pieces so I can sit them in the trash can. So when I plant them, I know which direction is up. So this will be the up direction. I'll set them in the trash can the way I'm going to. It's not going to matter really because when I cut them, they'll be flying on their side.
Okay, just figured I'd ask you. Cool. Gary said that a lot of times they get small pieces, the farms, they chop them up and they lay them out and then they grow up. He's just going to, as far as I know, just going to lay them out where he wants them to grow. But look at the amount he got. They were throwing that in the trash. Not only did we get more from them, but the neighbor got too, a whole bunch. He wanted some, and from what I understand, my daughter heaved 6 giant canes over the fence, and they're planting them too. So this is cool. Beautiful, beautiful. Even if we don't eat it, isn't that gorgeous? It's just beautiful to grow, but I can see, wow, it takes a lot of water. They get quite big. And as far as the sugar, it's not like you can just grow it and make your own sugar, like let's say to feed the hummingbirds. That doesn't work. What it is there are places that do grow sugar cane and they have machines, a big machine that they can put the cane in. It will squeeze it, kind of like making olive oil. So you need something really strong to squeeze the juice out. When you get white sugar, that's processed. They're taking everything out and making it into sucrose. But if you want a pure cane sugar, you would have to have some sort of machine that it goes in. And there are people that do have the machine. And it will squeeze the juice out. But think of how little you're really going to get. But actually how cool that's going to be. We'll see. We'll get it planted. And who knows what we'll do with it. But I wanted to share this with you today. Black sugar cane. So if you buy a piece from somebody, don't put it this way. Because, well, you're defeating the whole purpose of the growth. Put it that way. And let it grow up. And like if he lays the whole thing down, all these, look how long they are. Some of them are, geez, they're probably 7 feet long. They'll just grow up. So he would have a whole bunch growing up. Isn't that cool? So that is the story on my daughter's sugarcane. One little piece turned into a field, and they want them out so they can plant more other things in their garden since they've decided sugarcane isn't something they need, and their yard being in the city is valuable real estate to them to grow vegetables in. And boy, are they growing vegetables. You know, this is all busted up, but it's got a little growth. I'm going to stick it in a tote. And before I stick it in one of my totes, I'm going to make sure I label it. So when it comes up and I think, oh, what is that? I will know. I'm going to take this and plant this in a tote. Nothing to lose. It's in bad shape, but who knows? I'm going to soak it first, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to plant it in one of these totes, clearly labeled, so if it does grow, that's the last thing you want is 12-foot sugar cane growing in a small tote. But I can transplant it. So I don't know if this piece is going to make it. It's really in bad shape, but it has a little growth thing there, so I'm going to put it in the back. Clearly made a stake for it, as you can see. And I love making these out of the tote lids because I can put dates on there. It's about 5 inches, but I realize now it wasn't. And I'm just going to put it back here. This way, if it starts to grow, I know what it is and I can move it. And if it doesn't grow, well, you know, I might do it this way. And just let it do its thing. It's not in my way. It's not taking up time or space or anything. It's just going to be in with my onions. Clearly put it right there, and we'll see if it grows. We're done. Very scary. She bought it actually in the summer of 2019. They were barely 4 inches long, and she paid $30. And Gary is off to plant his prize. With that, have a wonderful day, and hopefully it won't break my tote. You would think that after going through growing a field of papayas in one single tote, I would learn, but you know what? I never learn. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.